So I've been BT's representative on the forum for 5 or 6 years now. I've worked in many of the projects and programs across the TM forum, and it's very much aligned with the thinking from the CSPs in terms of developing a digital architecture that's platform-based and exposes a set of reusable open APIs. Well, all CSPs have been around for quite a few years. They've got a nice ecosystem of legacy and new systems, and the platforms and APIs actually bring structure and order to your IT estate. It allows you to subdivide your systems and processes into logical domains called platforms, and then it allows you to expose business services or APIs from those platforms to make interoperability and interconnectivity between the platforms much simpler. Well, I think APIs allow you to unlock the functionality and business services that are within your architecture. It allows you to expose services to other parties, and it allows you to participate in services enabled and facilitating digital ecosystems. I think there's this mindset that says an API is a fixed thing. It's not. They've been specifically designed to be product and service agnostic, so that effectively, if you've got an ordering API, you can order anything, be it a telecoms service, a widget, a physical device, a cup of coffee, all could be carried in the transport layer of that order API. And that's one of the brilliant things about APIs, because it actually liberates the IT estate and allows it to move from the telco domain into the digital domain. So the business operating system is a proposal that's been put together by 3 of our members, Orange, Huawei, and Vodafone. And effectively what it's doing is it's taking a subsection of our architecture and actually building a reference implementation of that. Its DNA will be based upon the open APIs, so it's actually showcasing how you use the open APIs to build that subset of the overall architecture. And that's a way of then actually demonstrating interoperability of the APIs, and also giving a real-world example that our members can use to test their services against that component of the overall architecture. As with all activity under the TM Forum, it's an organisation for the members, run by the members, and this is a proposal from 3, admittedly, of our very large members, and they're going to bring that proposal to the rest of the team, and we're going to debate that over 3 working sessions on Thursday and Friday of this week and come up with a proposal around a way forward. So the business operating system is essentially an implementation, a reference implementation of the open digital architecture, a subset of the open digital architecture. The proposal is that we would actually implement an open source reference implementation that then could be utilised by members to actually get a jump start in terms of the implementation of a digital architecture. Taking that a step forward and looking at ODA in its whole, there are different components in the open digital architecture. There's the business architecture, so the bit that actually describes what you want from the architecture, described in business terms. And then there's the technical architecture made up from the data, the functional, and the infrastructural architecture. And that's the how, if you like, of the architecture that says how these things work. And it's important to decouple those areas and keep them separate, because what then that leverages is the ability for you to have a sensible conversation with your business partner about what they want out of the architecture, and then that grown-up conversation with the IT department and the vendors about what is wanted and how you implement it, because the implementation can be different depending on whether you want to go open source, whether you want to go COTS based, whether you want to write your own software, whether you're going to host it in-house on your own infrastructure, or whether you go cloud native and expose it and manage it through a cloud-based system. What we've tried to do is, using the umbrella, if you like, of the open digital architecture, coordinate all of the programs across the TM Forum to make sure that they are complementary to each other, that they interoperate with each other, but also then having separate programs with under ODA actually allows us to operate at pace, because different areas need to move at different speeds. We've got different members that are interested in particular areas, and they can then join the projects and programs that are relevant to their domain and actually accelerate those areas at a pace that they're willing to work at.